These are the moments just before Tanveer Ahmed pulls out a knife and murders a Glasgow shopkeeper he accuses of committing blasphemy. His victim was Asad Shah, who had made YouTube videos claiming to be a prophet. Sentencing his killer, the judge today said he had shown no remorse.
This was a brutal, barbaric and horrific crime, resulting from intolerance, and which led to the death of a wholly innocent man who openly expressed beliefs which differed from yours.
This is the story of two murders. Tanveer Ahmed was inspired by another killer, Mumtaz Qadri, who 5 years ago shot a liberal Pakistani politician attempting to reform the country's blasphemy laws. Mumtaz Qadri became a national hero of sorts. After his execution, thousands attended his funeral. Tanveer Ahmed had a handful of supporters in court today. However, no one in Britain has openly backed what he did. But we found a significant minority supportive of the killing in Pakistan that helped inspire it. Not just amongst those widely considered to be extremists, but amongst groups and scholars normally associated with more peaceful, spiritual interpretations of Islam. Masood Qadri, a scholar from Bolton, travelled to Pakistan to attend Mumtaz Qadri's funeral.
हमारे सूफिया ने अखलाक की और बर्दाश्त की और सब्र की बड़ी बड़ी आला मिसालें जो हैं वो कायम की हैं, लेकिन जब बात नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की इज़्ज़त और हुर्मत पर आती है तो ये एक ऐसी चीज़ है कि मुसलमान इसको बिल्कुल बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पाते.
He says Qadri was wrong to take the law into his own hands, but that he was provoked and should have been freed. He says he doesn't condone the killing in Glasgow. So you don't think it's fair to say that all these people in Britain who are supporting Mumtaz Qadri, like yourself, actually deep down are also supportive of Tanveer Ahmed, but they just don't want to get themselves locked up for inciting racial hatred?
देखिए ये सिर्फ मफरूज़े हैं. इन चीज़ों का हकीकत से ताल्लुक़ नहीं है. इन चीज़ों के लिए सबूत चाहिए. देखिए ना, अगर हम सपोर्ट करते इस चीज़ को और अगर हम लोगों को इनकरेज करते तो हम इस मामले में भी फेसबुक के ऊपर लिखते.
Masood completely condemns ISIS, but he and others see no contradiction between that and supporting Mumtaz Qadri.
If we have homegrown terrorists, then we need homegrown leaders to combat and respond.
For example, here's Coventry scholar Zain Akhtar Siddiqui speaking at a conference condemning terrorism. And yet here he is on YouTube in support of Mumtaz Qadri.
And Ghazi was a person of forthrightness and integrity.
Here's a flyer for an anti-ISIS event held by a popular Imam from Bradford. And here's his now deleted Facebook post describing Mumtaz Qadri as a lion. Qadri's victim was Pakistani politician Salman Taseer. We spoke to his son.
To glorify a murderer is not to glorify the individual, but to glorify his actions and to call on someone to emulate them. Now, this is not a benign or a passive emotion. It is a very active and provocative emotion. It is essentially a call to action. So when a man like Mumtaz Qadri is glorified, then sooner or later, a man like Tanveer Ahmed will commit murder.
The issue of blasphemy is hugely emotive for Muslims. In Bradford, where Tanveer Ahmed lived, even some who totally condemn him believe blasphemy should be illegal.
This country did have historically a law against blasphemy. Those laws are now redundant. Perhaps the government need to rethink and relook at that.
Most people would find that pretty outrageous, really. The idea of having a blasphemy law in a free democratic society.
What is a blasphemy? Blasphemy is a right of a faith community not to be offended.
Asad Shah is greatly missed in his local community. His murder is breathing new life into controversies many thought we'd left behind.